Zara.
טוב, פרשת פינחס, ספר במדבר, נתיבות שלום. לכן אמור, הנני נותן לו את בריתי שלום. Right? So we know what happened when Zimri ben Saluk, Cosbi Batsur, he took the Midianite and in front of everyone, everybody was crying, say Kriyat Shema. Pinchas came with the spear, stabbed them both, they didn't die, so he will not get the tumah. He smashed them into the ground, then they died. And we learned that that was the most severe, difficult time, the danger time for Israel. So now what's the outcome? What's the result of murdering somebody? Two people actually, right? But it didn't really murder them, right? He did a big mitzvah. So Hashem say to Moshe, right? So Hashem first addressing Moshe, which is a question by itself. Why not to address Pinchas directly? Why have to go through Moshe? Right? It's a question. So here in Netivot Shalom, he said, Pinchas ben Elazar ben Aaron HaKohen eshiv et chamatim abnei Israel, right? Bekinato et kinati, right? So he said that Hashem is telling Moshe that Pinchas, like, calm down my anger with what he did. And therefore, לכן אמור, הנני נותן לו את בריתי שלום. I'm giving him my covenant or a reward, שלום, peace. והייתה לו ולזרעו אחריו ברית כהונת עולם, אשר תחת קינא לאלוקיו יכפר בני ישראל. So he said, why? Because he's getting the reward of being a Kohen, him and his descendant, because he was zealous, and he like bring the kapara from Israel, like similarly to the Kohen Gadol that goes into Kodesh HaKodashim during Yom Kippur, and have a kapara, have an atonement for the Klal Israel. He said, so we need to understand the reward that was given to Pinchas by killing someone, which was the midah of din, judgment. And the Kohanim, we know that when they said the Birkat Kohanim, they said that Hashem commanded them to bless us with love. So is it love or is it judgment? Is it din? So also, if this action was in din, in judgment, and we know that Hashem always judges us with midah keneged midah, that's why we should be melamed zchut always on other people, because basically we are judging ourselves. So if we be favoring judging the other one, then maybe in Shamayim they will judge us favorably as well. So here, in the Sachar, the reward with Shalom was to be a Kohen and not a judgment. Maybe you could make him a judge. Maybe you can make him an executor. Din. So how that bracha is related to what he did? That Hashem gave him the bracha, which is all from chesed and not from gvura, from the judgment. We said indeed, yes, this explanation that what Pinchas did was all chesed, and it was not from the gvura side, not from the judgment side, from the strength. As it says in the Katuv, in the verse, וירא פנחס בן אלעזר בן הכהן ויקם מתוך העדה ויקח רומח בידו. He said, Pinchas saw the embarrassment and the mockery of Bnei Israel. That sinner in his despised action, what he did was embarrassing everyone in such a horrible way, right, in public. And Israel are Kedoshim, they are holy. And among them, you know, such kind of a low-level thing is happening, bringing such a disgrace and bizayon to the Klal Israel. And because he couldn't bear it, couldn't bear the situation, he bring back like the desecrate honor. Moshe Nemar, Vayakov mitoch ha'edah, like he came from the congregation, as it says in Torah Avot, from a deep feeling of responsibility for the entire congregation and to the Gedusha of Israel. How can it be silent when such kind of a bizayon v'chilul kedosham shel Yisrael? You know, lahavdil, when you're looking at people that commit crime, and there are many, many reasons why, but you can see people beating up other people and people walking, or people murdering someone in the middle of the street, and people continue to walk. It's not related to me. So there's no unity here. There's no, and everybody is afraid for his life because, you know, who knows if he will interfere. But here, Pinchas didn't care. Although the tribe, right, of Shimon, when Zimri ben Salu was there were many like Bnei Israel from that tribe that protecting Zimri. They were like warriors over there with spears and arrows and swords, etc. But Pinchas didn't care about it. So what he did was from the Chesed and Rachmanut on Klal Israel. And it's precise in the verse when he says Vayar Pinchas ben Elazar ben Kohen, that the Torah is relating him to the 3rd generation until Aaron Kohen, which was the midah of Chesed, kindness. And all his action was Chesed, Ohev Shalom, Rodef Shalom, right? Aaron was making peace between the people, love the people, right? Yevavat Israel. And therefore the Torah have emphasized that Pinchas is the son of Elazar, the son of Aaron Kohen. So the same way that Aaron is known in his midah of Chesed and all his deeds and action are Chesed, it's the same thing, his grandchild, Pinchas, that his action and his deeds are also Chesed, and also that thing that he came out from the congregation to protect their honor and the Kedusha. Although the action itself, taking a spear and stab 2 people, it was an action of Gvura. But Hashem knows, right, according to Yirmiyah, that Hashem really knows the thought. Hashem really know what's going in our head. If we're biased, if he did it because of whatever reason. And here Hashem knows, that Hashem testified that he was mechaper on Bnei Israel. It's the biggest chesed that mechaper about the entire Bnei Israel. And that's the thing of the reward that giving him midah keneged midah. So now we can understand it was, yeah, the action on the surface looked like a gevura with a spear. But inside the thought, the motivation was chesed. And therefore Hashem gave him midah keneged midah. He gave him a chesed as a reward. And he did the chesed with the Klal Israel. So now he's got the covenant, the bracha v'shalom, the blessing and the peace. Brit shalom, britiv shalom, ubrit keunat olam, right? An infinite kehuna for him and his descendants until the end of the generation. And the kehuna is also from the midat chesed. Although the Kohanim considered to be people with tempered and gvura, but they have chesed inside, and that's it. And for that, the Torah said, right, the verses, Pinchas ben Elazar ben Aaron Kohen, the grandchild of Aaron, that all his deeds are chesed. And here, revert, or he calmed down the anger of Hashem from the Bnei Israel, which is the biggest chesed, when he was very zealous. Ve'ita betargum Yonatan, and he says in the interpretation by Yonatan ben Uziel, which is all Aramaic, on the pasuk, on the verse in Ani noten lo briti shalom, that I'm giving him my covenant shalom, and he says v'avdei malach kam, he said it's like an existing angel, it's an angel. He said because why? Because in Torah Tavot he said, what is an angel? Angel mean that is not physical, or is physicality turned into spiritual. And that's a level of an angel that is also right. Sometimes when we see righteous people or good people, with people doing something, we said, oh, he's an angel, he's a malach. Although he's physical body, but no, that he turns everything to spiritualism. And for that, Pinchas gained in his Mesirut Nefesh that he became an angel literally, right? We know that Pinchas is Eliyahu Navi, right? And Eliyahu didn't die. So Eliyahu Navi is spiritual, although he could appear to people in a physical body. He's playing between the dimensions, right? Not playing like a toy, but like moving between the dimensions. So all these physical gashmiut matter became a spiritual matter, and he became like an angel that it's all spiritual. And he said, and chas v'chalila, there is the opposite. So somebody take spiritualism and make it a gashmiut. And that's the purpose of the level of the shalom, which is basically, related. We didn't mention here about Shabbat, but I can mention here because Netivot Shalom always going back to Shabbat. And something here is very common, right? With the Hineni noten lo briti shalom, and we always say Shabbat Shalom, right? Shabbat Shalom. We don't say like Shabbos. What is Shabbos? Say Shabbat Shalom. You don't say a good Shabbos. You say Shabbat Shalom, because Shabbat bringing a peace between the soul and the body, and we become more spiritual in Shabbat. And this is the reward that Hashem gave him, although his action looked like a gevura, judgment, a din, strength, but it was all chesed, and Hashem gave him to be a kohen because he was mechaper b'nei Israel. Shkoach for listening. Now I'm going to add something that I had a question at the beginning. How come that Hashem didn't address Pinchas directly, like there were cases when Hashem addressed Aaron a Kohen directly, not through Moshe. And here Hashem is giving an unbelievable reward to Pinchas, but he addressed it first to Moshe. And he's telling Moshe to tell Pinchas why. So I learned today from Rabbi Baruch Rosenblum, I think it was. No, sorry, from Rabbi Aaron Levy. He said that Moshe could get upset. So Hashem want to appease Moshe first and telling him that he's giving the reward to Pinchas and he should inform Pinchas. Why? Because Moshe can be upset because he also have a full atonement to Bnei Israel with the sin of the golden calf. Moshe was davening to Hashem and he calmed down Hashem when Hashem wanted to eliminate everyone, not in the sin of the golden calf only, but few cases. So why Hashem didn't give Moshe that reward? He could be the Kohen. Pinchas was not born as a Kohen, right? Because the Kohen was giving to Aaron and his direct son, but the grandchild was already born when there were no Kohanim yet. So Hashem turning me to a Kohen. So it is to tell Moshe, yeah, you could be, but Pinchas did it with the Sirot Nefesh. Pinchas did it with the midah of Chesed, although he did it with the Gvura. So don't be upset.
Pinchas wasn't on his level.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why Hashem yeah, on the level of the Kohanim, on the level of Moshe, and that's why Hashem telling Moshe, I'm going to give the reward to Pinchas. Don't be upset. It's okay. And yeah. Anyway, thank you for listening.
Good.
Shabbat Shalom.
That was quick.
Yeah.